I gamble for a living. Every decision costs tens of thousands. I'm bringing you inside my world to show you why this is the hardest way to make an easy living. We are back at the lodge playing another poker stream. Thank you. This is $24,000. I'm going to color this down into smaller denominations, and that's what we're going to play with. $20,000 in exchange for all that stuff. All right. I lost a massive pot yesterday.
Oh my God. 46,670. Corey Eyring flopped the nuts and leaves with nothing.
We have some work to do if we want to break even. I'm just going to play locked in and win a ton of money.
From the Lodge Mahal in beautiful Austin, Texas, welcome to another special Friday show.
I start with $2,000, and Mike immediately puts on the $50 straddle. Son limps, Mo limps, and I looked down at pocket sevens. There's around $200 of dead money in the middle, so I just go all in. Be a great situation to fold out overcards. In this case, everyone folds, and we pick up a few $100. We turn on the Nick game, which means the last person to win a hand owes the table $500. I have pocket nines, and we go 3 ways to a flop, which looks pretty damn good to me.
How about a set for Corey?
Mo now leads for $350. There's already nearly $1,000 in the middle. There's a ton of draws available. If he has a flush draw, an ace, even a jack, I don't think he's folding.
All in for Corey.
Unfortunately, neither of them have anything, so in hindsight, I wish I just called, but still, can't really complain flopping a set this early on in the night.
All in for Son. Mo with ace-queen has Son dominated here. This would be for all of Mo's chips, and he will make the call for the first big one of the day.
Mo wins a big pot, and his stack skyrockets to $4,000. So I had an additional $1,500 to match his stack. Now I'm in the game for $3,500.
Cumulative winnings early. Mo is up 1,100. We're just getting started.
Skull Mike ends up losing the Nick game, which means $500 is in this next pot before any cards are dealt. Action folds to Sam on the button, who raises to $150. I have Queen 9 offsuit. I have around $4,000, which is effectively 8 big blinds, but I don't think that many people will play it that way, so they might fold hands like Ace or King High, when in reality they should probably just open jam, at least in my opinion. For these reasons, I decide to go all in. Dino folds, but Mike only has $600. He has like the equivalent of 1 big blind. He sticks it in, everyone else folds, and I'm very happy to see his cards.
Come on, baby, vamos!
There we go. Good to see a smile on Corey's face. I thought he was going to throw up yesterday.
We run it once with $2,500 in the middle. We flop a queen. I'm not celebrating shit. The turn card, he's dead. We win a nice little pot, and we're cruising in the right direction, up early of $2,000. In this next hand, there's a bunch of limps, and I look down at ace-jack offsuit. I bump it up to $375. Dino makes the call, but everyone else folds. So we go heads up to a flop of queen 10 queen. I start with a small bet, and he makes the call, which I'm not in love with. When the turn card is a deuce of hearts, I actually think we could be ahead of quite a lot of draws here. So I decide to slow down and check. He snap checks it back, and the river card is a 4. He starts talking like, shit, man, I didn't even, that's a bad run out. I'm just like, okay, dude, I guess I check. He checks it back, rolls over the 8 high, and we take down another nice small pot. I'm giving a $10,000 free roll to one of you guys. I'll fly you out to the lodge in Austin, Texas, pay for your flights, hotel, and pay for your $10,000 buy-in. If you win, we'll split the profit. If you lose, you owe me nothing. It is a complete free roll. Click the link in the description to enter. Let's get back to the video. This next hand, I decide to get aggressive with 10-9 of spades. I 3-bet Mo money, but unfortunately he has aces. So he goes all in, which is a massive all in, 5,500. I can't call that, I just fold. And in the very next shuffle, I pick up ace queen. Pretty hand, so I raise to 150. Dino calls, then Mike picks up aces. Running into aces back to back, how good do I run? He bumps it up to $500. I mean, dude, we're effectively in the small blind. We have ace queen. We have a beautiful hand to put in another raise and just try to take it down pre. So I shove all in. Dino has king queen. He ends up calling, and Mike calls. Mike shows aces. I'm like, oh, fuck. So we're playing the first $10,000 pot of the day. We need a miracle. We need Christmas to come in November. A full month early. Santa Claus. Rally up the reindeer. The flop is queen high with 2 diamonds. Come on, baby. The turn's another diamond. Come on. Jack of diamonds. One time. Fuck. We brick. We lose a massive one. That sucks. I'm pissed about it. We're down $2,000. What a swing. I'm on full-blown tilt after that last hand. Sam raises to $150, and I just shove all in for $1,775. Not my brightest moment, I'm going to be honest. Mike ends up folding, but Son wakes up with queens. Can't imagine a world where this gets through. He thinks about it for a while. What a tough decision. He goes all in. Sam goes all in. We are in shambles. We have the worst of it. We need to get lucky, and the flop is okay. All right. We've been here before. We need a 6 or a 5. Come on, baby. Can we find it? The turn doesn't improve us. Oh, my God. It gives us outs. We have a 7. Offsuit 7. One time. Fuck. We're dead. We're down piles. That was a horrible decision. I add on for $10,000. We need to relax or else the wheels are going to come off the bus. This could get ugly. This next hand, I decide to limp with 6-4 offsuit. I'm playing good poker today. What the hell am I doing? I can't even justify this. This is horrible. Dino raises to $300. Son calls, and this is where I should just fold, cut my losses, but I call again. So I guess I'm in position. That's like the only justifiable defense you can possibly make here as we go 3 ways to a flop of never mind. I am a fucking wizard. This action checks to me, and I place a bet for $400. Dino makes the call, but Son gets... Never mind, he calls as well. He is definitely in there. The turn card is an offsuit deuce. An action checks to me once... Never mind. Dino bets $50 into $2,000. Son folds, and he says, I got it, man. I got it. You're a nice guy. I got it. I was like, this is never, ever a strong hand. But for the unlikely scenario that he has a flush draw or like a pair plus flush draw, he has like ace-x of diamonds. He also has a gut shot. I just don't think he's folding because he only has like $2,000 behind. So I just put him all in. And unfortunately, he has ace-8 offsuit. He doesn't even want to let it go. He doesn't believe me, dude. And how could you really blame him? He gives it some thought and ends up folding. But again, it's nice to finally win a pot. This hand, Mo raises to $200. Then Slicer puts in a re-raise to $900. Action folds to me in the big blind, and I have ace-9 of diamonds. It's a weird hand. This is a fold facing this action, but I think Mo could be opening wide, and Slicer is certainly capable of putting in some light 3-bets. In these late position versus late position hands, I think suited aces are pretty good candidates to put in 4-bet bluff. So I just slam dunk $2,500 in the middle, and everyone folds. We pick up $1,300, which is a phenomenal result. We're down around $2,000 at this point. Pretty annoying, but not insurmountable. Until I call $300 with 3-deuce offsuit. Genuinely, what the actual... Not going to swear. This is a Christian podcast. Mo limps. I raise to $800 with Jack-7 of spades. Dino calls. Son calls. Mo calls. The 4 of us go to a flop of Queen 6-6. I don't know what I'm doing in this hand, but we have a flush draw. Action checks to me. I'm at $1,300. Son calls, and Mo money folds. The turn card is an offsuit 10. Son checks to me. I mean, when Son calls the flop, what is he really folding on this turn? I think the answer is not much, if anything at all. So I think a check makes the most sense. For that reason, I go all in. What the ever-loving fuck am I doing? Son snap calls. He has a 6. That makes a lot of sense. Now we're in a horrible position once more. We need a spade, or else we're losing a $12,000 pot. We're running it one time. The river is a brick. Nice. I am playing great today. This hand is quite the interesting one. So we're playing the progressive bounty game, which means if you win 3 hands in a row, you get a bounty from every player. In this game, it's $200 from every player for the third hand you win, and $500 from every player for the fourth hand that you win. So Son has 2 trucks. If he wins this one, everyone owes him a bounty. Very important information as we get dealt cards. I have the $100 straddle on. Dino limps for 100. Son limps for 100. Slicer calls. Sam calls. And I look down at pocket 3s. Now, I look to my left and I see Dino only has around $700. There's $500 in the middle. I think that we are going to be ahead nearly always, at least pre-flop. But we're obviously susceptible to a lot of runouts, nearly all of them, unless we flop a set. So I'd rather go heads up with Dino. But I don't want to risk too much in case anyone's hiding in the weeds with a monster. I think a min raise would put Son in a really miserable spot, because I could still do this with aces, expecting Dino to go all in, which reopens the action for me. So I just click it to $200. Dino goes all in for $800. Son ends up folding. Everyone else folds back to me. Look at the fire truck. It goes all, he's pissed about it. Everyone else folds back to me. I stick in the chips, and we're up against 7-6 offsuit. So it's a great result. The actual result is pretty horseshit. We lose to trips. That's obviously not the desired outcome, but pretty fun hand nonetheless. The very next shuffle, I have Jack-5 offsuit in the straddle. Everyone and their mother limps to me, and I check my option. We flop top pair. Action checks to Dino, who fires out a bet of $400. Really uncomfortable spot, but he has a fire truck, so he's quite incentivized to try to win this hand as well. I decide to stick around and at least see how he's going to act on the turn. Turn card's the 9 of spades, and I check it over to him. He quickly checks it back. Feeling a lot better about my hand now. I don't think we can get much value from worse. I think it's much more likely he has a bluff. So I check once more. He snap checks it back, and we end up winning against King-5 offsuit. Finally crawling in the right direction as we look down at Queen-Jack offsuit. Scotland raises to $125. Son makes the call, and I bump it up to $1,200. That's when Dino's had enough. He ships it all in there for $1,500, which is an utter disaster for me. We are so priced in, I literally can't fold. I mean, I just flick in the call. I'm sick about it. And we're actually not in horrible shape. It's a 60-40 for $3,000. We're running the board one time. Can we get lucky? The flop is dust. So is the turn. We need a pair. Yeah, why would it ever come? I'm livid. This next hand, we're playing the Nick game once more, and I look down at pocket 2s, the old duckies. I decide to limp. There's a bunch more limps before Mo Money raises to $250. Slicer makes the call, and action's back on me. I think I have the best hand a lot, but I don't really want to go 6 ways post-flop. I think set mining is kind of a disaster here. Actually, no, it's really not. Set mining's kind of the best play now that I'm looking back at this. I just have a very easy call, but for one reason or another, I decide to make it $3,000. I end up getting Mo to fold the best hand. He lets pocket 5s go, and Slicer lets go of ace-9. So we end up winning like $700, but that was kind of reckless, which is, I guess, best defining how this day is going. I'm down $10,000. Probably a lot of these decisions are based on greed and tilt and just trying to get even. I'm just not making a bunch of rational decisions. I'm trying to get even, which is a horrible mindset to be in, I think. Nonetheless, I pick up ace-jack offsuit, limp for $50. Trying to actually just, I am limping a lot of strong hands from this position in the Nick game. It's a really weird dynamic. But anyways, Scotland raises to $200. Son and Slicer make the call. Sam makes the call, and action's back on me. This hand I actually do think is a great candidate to limp re-raise. Now, in terms of sizing, there's already $1,000 of dead money in the middle. If I make it $2,500, I don't really want to play this out of position multi-way. I honestly think the size that makes the most sense is all in. I have a fire truck. Picking up the second truck is worth something, and if everyone folds, we pick with $1,000. We increase our stack by 10%, like tournament style. Yeah, I think jamming's the best play here. Not even tilted, just being rational. So I stick the chips in the middle, and everyone ends up folding. So we pick up a nice little pot, and now we have 2 fire trucks. I'm pretty damn hyped to get the second truck. Oh, how cute. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, man. You've never seen a grown man be so happy to be down $10,000. Give him a toy truck worth $5 at Toys R Us. My goodness, go to the kids section at Walmart. Or play 62% of hands on a high-stakes poker stream and be down 10 grand. Either or. Interchangeable emotion, apparently. This hand, we have 2 buttons. If we win this hand, we will pick up a $1,500 bounty from the table. So I am effectively playing 10 big blinds. That's at least how I envision this situation. Everyone is trying to stop me from winning this hand. Every person limps to me, and I pick up ace deuce. I go all in. There's a massive incentive for me to win this hand, and everyone else is not really incentivized to call wide at all. I'm literally jamming 10,000 into like 400, and they only owe $200. So it doesn't really make sense for anyone else to call. It's a really interesting game, really interesting dynamic. Skull is not a believer with the King 10 offsuit. He eventually lets it go, but little do I know, Slicer is laying in the weeds with queens. I'll just let this one play out from here.
Wouldn't it be so sweet?
Slicer.
Fucking way. No.
Corey can't love this one.
Way.
The Slicer is just absolutely licking his lips.
Really unfortunate to run into literally top 2% of hands. We decided to run it twice. It's a $21,000 pot. We are still not in horrible shape. We're 70-30. We flop a 2, but the run out is not in our favor, where you need to find an ace, but it does not come. So we get scooped. We lose $11,000 this hand. This one really stung. This one took the wind out of my sails, in all honesty. You can probably see it in my demeanor. Pretty beat up about it, as all of my chips get pushed towards Slicer. I think he's the best player in Texas, so obviously it's going to a good home. But yeah, I'm down $20,000 at this point. I am not loving life. I raised 10-8 offsuit in the hijack to $300. Again, just another example of not playing great hands today. Dino raises to 300. Scotland calls, Son calls, Mo calls, and I have ace-8 of diamonds. This is a perfect hand to just call, see a flop, but I get overly aggressive again and raised at 3,000. Action folds back to Son, who jams all in for 15,000. We stepped in a landmine once more, and he has pocket kings. It's just really frustrating. We lose another 3K. We're just torching for no damn good reason. I'm going right back to raising horrible hands, not connecting. And yeah, I mean, there's really no coincidence for why I'm down piles at this point. Another weird spot as a bunch of players limp to Sam, who raises it up to 900. He's been playing really snug this stream, so I am already not loving it as I look down at pocket 8s. I think it's a little too tight to fold at this point. We're still being a bunch of overcards and whatnot. Turns out he has pocket 5s, which I did not expect whatsoever. But Dino calls as well, and the 3 of us go up to a flop of queen 6-3 with 2 spades. Sam checks, I check, and Dino bets all in $3,400 into a pot of 3K. A slight overbet. Sam thinks forever before letting it go, and now I am in a miserable predicament. I have second pair. I'm drawing nearly dead to a queen. If he has a flush draw, I am only like 60%. And I mean, I just really don't love this spot. He could have a hand like ace-6, I guess. He could have a hand like king-6. I mean, he's been playing pretty loose, but it's really some of the only stuff we beat. I guess he could be losing his mind with like a lower pair than ours, but we're just dead or not in great shape a lot. But I just got this weird feeling that he was doing something he probably shouldn't, and what you see here is me trying to determine whether or not that's me being on tilt trying to rationalize a bad call, or if my instincts are actually correct. So I took my time in this spot. I didn't want to make a bad decision. I didn't want to compound my mistakes. I was really torn in this one. It's a tough spot, because even if we call, we have to fade a bunch of outs most likely, or just hope to God that he's spazzing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a huge bet. After thinking about this one for a while, I eventually flick in the call. Not loving the situation until Dino doesn't want to show. He asks me how many times I want to run it. I agree to run the board twice. It's a pretty big pot. It's a $10,000 pot. We are up against ace-6 offsuit. We're at 80-20 favorite. We're in great shape. But the turn card immediately gives him 2-pair. The river doesn't improve us whatsoever. And now we are praying for a chop. The nightmare that never ends. We end up fading on the second board, so we chop it up. We end up both profiting around $600 that hand, but not the ideal outcome. In this hand, we finally pick up a real one. There's a few limps before San raises to $450, and I pick up pocket queens. I make it $2,000 to go. Dino makes the call, but everyone else folds. So we go heads up to a flop of 10-10-4. I like a small bet here, which, I actually do. I bet $500. Wizard. I love that bet. Dino has king-queen and ends up folding, which is really unfortunate. I bet like 10% of the pot. I don't think we missed much value, but take the 8-7 of spades hand, for example. He's pretty cool to just check it down and not get too crazy, but it's still bittersweet to rake in a pot. We made a profit and it still feels bad. I'm just in Stuckville, population misery. Moving on, Mo limps for $100. We're playing 25, 50, 100. The game's massive. I raise Jack-8 of clubs to $600. Dino makes the call, Mike makes the call, and Mo gets out of the way. The three of us go off to a flop of hopes and dreams, I guess. I just check, being out of position to 2 players, think it would be a disaster to start blasting. The turn card is interesting. It's the king of hearts. So now the board is ace, king, queen, meaning Jack-10 would be the nuts. I think we could also check a lot of strong hands on the flop, like ace-king, aces, queens, sevens, ace-7, pocket kings. Considering I have so many strong hands in my range, I think Jack-X blocking the nuts makes pretty good sense to start bluffing. We also unblock the flush draw, for what that's worth, meaning one of these guys might call turn and have to fold river. I think this is a good hand to bluff, so I toss out $2,000. Dino folds, but Mike does not. He makes the call. It's not ideal. We have Jack high. We're looking for a 10, which does not come. Now it's a question of, do we pull the trigger? Our image is kind of shot. We're losing a bunch. At the same time, I think my rationale makes sense. I could have a fuck ton of strong hands here. I think the hand makes sense. It's just a matter of, will Mike fold an ace? I elect to go all in. I'm just going to let you sit in the feeling that I felt. You're sitting with Jack high on the river with a pot that would be over $25,000 damn near, and your opponent starts talking.
The heart of Corey with Jack high, putting Skull Mike to the test.
How we feeling, dude? You happy to be here? I have 1 pair. One little measly pair.
Skull staring at Corey.
Statue of Corey. I'm probably gonna fold. I fold.
He folds.
Folding all day.
Corey, will he show the Jack high?
Fucking show, man. Come on.
He does.
You got it.
A nice flip of the cards from Corey Eyring.
Good bluff.
Just glad to get that one through, but we're still stuck around 17 bands. And I'm not making it any easier on myself by raising hands like Jack-9 offsuit. Calling a 3-bet with Queen-Jack offsuit. That's another $1,300 down the drain. Here's another not great hand. Scotland opens to $500. I call with 9-8 offsuit, and Mike puts in the call as well. Really adventurous with 8-3. You gotta respect that, man. The 3 of us go off to a flop of 10-10-8 with 2 clubs. Now, Scotland had played like 4 hands this entire stream up to this point, so I don't know why we're testing I don't know why we're getting in here with such a speculative holding against what I perceive to be a really tight range. Just goes to show you that I'm tilted out of my skull. I'm just not thinking rationally for the most part. Action checks to Scotland, who continues betting for $700. I mean, flopping a pair. I already don't love it. It's just not a great spot, but I flopped a pair. I can't fold yet. So I call. Mike gets out of the way, and we go heads up to a turn, which shouldn't change much, just an offsuit 5. Action now goes check-check, which I like to see, but the river card is the Queen of Spades. That is a horrible card for me to see. A lot of hands improve, like Queen Jack, King Queen, Ace Queen, stuff of that nature. So I check, and now Scotland fires out a bet of 1,400, around half pot. This is a really fucking annoying spot. I think that he is just going to show up here with a queen so often. But if we think about the hands that I could have, I could very easily play a 10 this way, or pocket 8s, pocket 5s, queen 10, 10-8. I do have full houses in range and even 10x in range. And I think the best hand that Scotland could have here is a queen. I think that he would always continue betting a 10 on the turn, especially with a flush draw and straight draws out there. I have a 9. I could have Jack 9 as well. I decided to turn this hand into a bluff. I make it $10,000. Now, Slicer says, Corey, you have so much heart. The kid never gives up. Then 2 seconds later, Scotland announces all in for $17,000. I just fucking shrug. And I really wish I thought this through, but I got in my head so much that I'm like, oh my God, he just has queens. And I just quickly fold. But then he windmills the ace-9 offsuit. Dude, this is the most, I have to give him credit. This is the most savage fucking bluff I have ever experienced in probably my entire career. That is a fucking sick bluff. I was giving him a little shit for not playing many hands. And to do that, oh man, that was a cool hand. And I really wish that I thought about it because I had the right assessment. He had nothing. Oh man, that was such a cool play. I have to give credit where credit is due. As tilted as I am, as embarrassing as it was in the moment, that's just a cool play, and I gotta tip my hat to him. That's poker. That's why we play the game. That was really cool. I have played 64% of hands today, in there nearly fucking always, and I end up down the most money I've ever been in my entire life. I lost $32,000 today. This was a really tough session for me. I played horribly. That was a really tough pill to swallow. I'm playing again tomorrow, and I don't really know particularly what to do or say. I am just kind of at a loss for words. I mean, this is such a dire situation to bring this up, but the 10K free roll is going on. You only have a few more days to enter. I mean, hey, you probably can't play worse than I did today. So there's always that. Click the link in the description for more information. Good luck. Winner will be announced in less than a week. Talk to you guys later.